you also spoke about 2016 where you met with the Chinese delegation and you got this sense. It's not just conversations. I'm sure your experience over the years, you could make out the nuances when you meet, your counterparts. So you get this. Now, once you go back, what happens? Do you tell the political leadership? Do the diplomats? Does the ambassador? Do you brief them also that you get this sense? How does the backroom talks happen then?
Those 74 days of Doklam crisis were the most challenging for me. Most sleepless nights, but professionally most satisfying as I look back. Nearly every day, the backroom team was meeting, talking and discussing. And who all did it have? It was led by the NSA. It had the Foreign Secretary, now the Foreign Minister. It had the IB Chief, RAW Chief, and myself, and the JS who was handling China. And at times, whenever the ambassador, Mr. Gokhale from China, was flying in a number of times to brief us.
So where does this happen? In Delhi?
This was a team meeting in Delhi and nearly meeting every second day. Getting all round 360-degree outputs and also working out what would be our response.
This is almost a war room?
Yes, informal one, but yes, like a war room.
So even though we are not in a state of war, we are seeing an aggression. We are talking about 2017 right now.
Yes.
I'm using a present tense because I'm getting this sense that this is what was going on then.
And in between, whenever there was a requirement, the Prime Minister was briefed on this. The Foreign Secretary and the Defence Minister were also kept into the loop nearly on a daily basis.
And so they know every step of the way and everybody is on the page, same page. There's no dissonance because that can cause trouble.
Yes. And like I told you, all and everyone was aware of what was happening, what were the responses and actions to be taken. And like this, Doklam was not only resolved at what we did at Doklam itself, which was our military part of it and our actions. Even the Prime Minister's initiative of walking up to Mr. Xi Jinping at a meeting on 15th July, G20 meeting, he walked up to the Chinese premier and told him that, okay, this is the time now, this is what has happened, we need to resolve it. And I believe he agreed, that's what the newspaper report says, that we should talk diplomatically. But on the ground what happened was, we started communicating at the level of the foreign minister and the diplomacy.
So there are some who will interpret that as a weakness on the part of a political leadership that we made a move towards an aggressor. But I remember you saying that peace is what is most important. Yes. So for that reason, for the larger good or for the larger reason for peace, you might have to make the first move towards an aggressor. So please explain to us as to what happened then. And why is it necessary sometimes?
It was something which was not, this meeting was not scheduled. This was an initiative which the Prime Minister took, seeing the seriousness of the whole issue. But what had happened, something which could have turned to a war, stopped at a confrontation which got resolved. We have to see the bigger picture. And this was because the Prime Minister understanding the seriousness of the problem and finding a solution which I think was the best.
So there are many times political leaderships need to take that decision not to go to war, even though your forces are ready for it. Yes. Operation Parakram was also that, right?
So,
mobilization happened, but
ultimately war is a political decision. And no wars have led to a solution. That is, any war. We have fought so many wars with Pakistan and we are ready to fight with China if required. It would be to protect the boundaries of our nation and not to get anything else.
Sir, during this Doklam confrontation, it went on for 74 days. I remember Jal Rawat and the people in NSCS talking, praising you for your resolve during the crisis. Was there at any point of time any possibility or any marpeet like Yangtze and Galwan, where you felt that okay, now अब तो लड़ाई होगी या कहीं और किसी सेक्टर में?
Situation all along the LAC was very sensitive, and of course in Sikkim Doklam was happening, and it was 15th August, and we had gone for the Prime Minister's speech in his Red Fort, that I get a message that there's some problem in Ladakh. So I check up. Initially the inputs do not come immediately, but it came was that there had been, as you say, marpeet. There had been a confrontation between our troops and the Chinese on Finger 4. And it had become really violent, and if you see the social media photographs at that time,
I have that videos.
we had injured a Chinese soldier, which very maturely one of our men ensured that it does not become too serious. And you had seen the violence had become slightly more. Well, such incidents are the most dangerous, where tactical commanders' actions can lead to war. It was a serious situation. We handled it. And we, both sides, could handle it because we had some rules of the game. We pulled back from there, and it did not affect the serious point that was Doklam.